Fall winter 2025-2026 is here. So I'll be sharing my favorite trends from the season. These are going to be things that I will continue wearing or look for in shops right now. Hello and welcome to Design or Design. My name is Maria and this channel is all about fashion, all about runway analysis, and a great visual example for you guys to know what to look out for when you're shopping or when you're thinking about things that you would like to introduce into your everyday style. Fall winter is always the most fun that we can have with fashion because it's an opportunity for us to layer items, to go over the top with textures and prints, and this is going to be a nice roundup of things that I really want. If you want to see the full breakdown of other trends, then you're welcome to watch those. They're going to be listed in the description box below, or you can just check out this playlist where you can see all of those videos. Before we get started, let's hear a little bit from our sponsor. And today's sponsor is Courreges. So they send me some of the really brilliant pieces from their new collection that you can get a discount code for that will be available for 30 days. So make sure to get it before it's gone. So in that package, they sent this cutie little bag. Even if you're buying it as a gift, it will have the packaging, it will have the little cards that you need and everything. Look at this beautiful thing. So stunning. So Courreges is a contemporary jewelry brand dedicated to empowering women to showcase their confidence and style through exceptional design, quality, and affordability. It offers premium earrings, necklaces, and bracelets crafted from a range of materials, including solid gold, sterling silver, diamonds, moissanite, lab-grown gemstone, and freshwater pearls, which I have today. The products come in eco-friendly packaging and are perfect for various occasions, such as office wear, family gathering, and holidays. Courreges values simplicity, quality, and sustainability, and is committed to provide customers with high quality and cost-effective jewelry. Right now, I'm wearing pearl duo pendant necklace that is adjustable, and a romantic Baroque pearl drop earrings that have a natural pearl with a little bit of a metal mix in there. So the discount code that you need to remember is Maria20. Just type it in during your checkout. And there's no limit to the usage of it throughout the store, just a little bit of a time frame. Make sure to use it until October 31st of 2025. Make sure to check out their links in the description below, but let's get started. First thing I want to talk about is the East-West side purse. I really love its shape. It's really in right now and it will make any of your outfits more current. One thing that I would consider is having more structure to it. So when you are wearing it and it's not fully stocked, then it's not gonna collapse on itself. If you only have a wallet in there and you're holding it, it's going to collapse like this. Look for something that's more sturdier or put something in it like a cardboard thing in order for it to keep its shape. All right, you guys, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I am obsessed with hats. This is definitely something that I want to start wearing more often, more of a decorative hat where maybe it's beaded hat, maybe it has a little bit more texture to it, like here in Dries van Noten with a little bit of a fishnet stocking situation happening, or more of like a smaller beanie with sequins on there. But if not that, then I'm going to be rocking the headscarves. Right now I'm wearing a little bit of a turban hat, which we see a lot in Nina Ricci, paired with some brilliant brooches on there, or just a regular headscarf that will give you a little bit more warmth during the fall winter, keep your ears from freezing, and you can always go either a little bit simpler, a little bit lighter, or if you need a little bit more protection from the cold, go for a maybe even a knitted headscarf. We'll also see those fun sleeves happening in Vivetta, and also layering the headscarves with the hats, like a baseball hat. We also seen it paired with a bucket hat. I feel like that's going to be so cool right now. If we're going to be talking about the shoes that I am looking for, okay, I have a bunch of regular pointed toe shoes, pointed toe boots. This time, I know I've been saying for so long that I hate the really squared off toe, but look, those are not too squared off. So there is almost, if you're a nail person, like a coffin shape nose to them. So they're a little bit pointed, but then there's a cut right there. I feel like they are really cool and unique at the moment, and I would love to have something, maybe even like with a lace up situation that goes from like the toe up. I feel like that would be amazing for me. Those really, really wide square toe shoes are definitely out. These are much more fresher and way cooler. And we also have a little bit of a sneakerina thing happening with that abrupt toe, which could be really comfy and really fun to try out. All right, next one out would be the tights and stockings and little knee-high socks paired with really fancy shoes. Before we had the craze of just the red tights, now we're broadening out our horizons with more colors, with more textures, maybe even a little bit of a warmer sock, but make sure to pick out a proper shoe for it because you would need a size larger. I really love these combinations with the socks. Creates a little bit more warmth, creates more texture, and it's really, really fun to update the shoes that you already have. We also see lots of really amazing tights, and like here in Alaia, even paired it with the thong sandal. Interesting. I wonder if it's a specialty tight or did they just cram it in there. We see monochromatic outfits with the tights pairing exceptionally well with the outfit itself. We also see just the shoes and the tights combination being paired in the same color, which I love. It elongates you, it creates more length to your legs. Brilliant. We also see lots of tights in lace from variety of shows. I really, really like it, but make sure if you're thinking about the patterns, it will attract more attention. So if your legs aren't the thing that you want to highlight, maybe avoid the pattern or the bright tights. But if you love your legs, then go ahead, do your thing. And just the regular black 15 den tights will give you a little bit of a sculpting, a little bit of contour to your legs too, so keep that in mind. Next, let's head into the outerwear. So I am really loving these robe type of coats. These are buttonless, and the only way you can close them up is belting around them. I love them. I feel like they can create such wonderful shape because of the belting, and they're just easy to throw on and run out the door. They can be very luxurious depending on what material they're made out of, and they can either go the other way around and your outfit a little bit more casual. All right, next one up is the fur trims. Okay, we see this trend. It's one of the top trends that is happening right now, having little fur moments on basically anything, but we're talking about outerwear. So having the fur collar, for instance, on the jackets, or having a shearling moment there as well. We also see these happening in the longer coats, on more of a bomber jackets, more of the aviator jacket. I love this. This is definitely a great trend for fall winter, keeping us warm, giving us a little bit more of that interesting texture, something fun to play around with. And it also can be very easy for you to start wearing by just getting that fur lapel or fur collar and putting it on your already existing coats. I feel like this is such a fun idea, and I am hoping to create something like this for myself from what I already have. And yes, I'm very excited for this. And we see this in many different colors, many different textures, like here in Gani, blues, pinks, browns as well. Lots and lots of things, and not only colors, there's lots of the sleeves being decorated with this. Some shows even have it on dresses. So yes, the fur moments are here, and if you have something like this, make sure to take it out of your closet, wear it. If you don't, think about my idea and just get that collar on top. Like, look at that Schiaparelli one. It just doesn't even look like it's part of that garment. It's oversized and huge. Another thing that you could do is having just a fur scarf instead. We see quite a lot of shows that had it. Like here in Etro, it's almost like a collar thing on top of dresses, or having like a fur boa situation happening. This is one of the biggest trends that is happening. Like from Chloe show, having those with the tassels made of fur. Oh my goodness, I love this. I love this. I love this. I'm sure you can find a lot of this in vintage and secondhand stores because this was popular back in the day. So I'm sure you'll be able to find something like this. And yes, I really like it. Michael Kors here, putting on top of the bags or just carrying it over the model's hands or around. It's so warm, so cuddly. Fendi had those things, and you can totally put a coat over it, and then it will be just the lapels showing. Yumi was another big fan of these fur scarves that they paired with different items, and sometimes even a really interesting sporty mix with those as well. All right, you guys, this is a lot, I know. Sure, going for a more natural color would last you longer. Totally understand that, and probably what I will be going for. But check out these Nina Ricci items. Oh my goodness, I feel like, yes, it's a modernized 20s feel to them that I just cannot get enough of. Those things can be styled differently, like you can see there across the chest, or they can just go around the collar. Love it. All right, next one up for the outerwear is the high collar. And not always is it the fact that it's an actual garment that's meant to be worn like that. Lots of it is stylization of just putting up your lapels from your blazers, from your coats, and maybe getting like a little bit of a safety pin and clasping them together. I know the ones that we're seeing here, they have this additional strap that holds it together, or maybe it's an additional like a triangle that's buttoned up on the both of the collars. I love this. It creates more protection from the wind, protects our necks, which is very vulnerable part of our bodies when it comes to cold, and creates a really cool, unique shape. So yes, think about just rewearing what you already have in a new way. If not, yes, you can shop for it. Yes. Okay, next one is the Hourglass. I am thinking of like remaking all of my blazers in my closet into these beautiful waisted everything. Schiaparelli just has my heart, and of course other shows also had these, and they are lots of fun. They're very, very beautiful on a figure, and just emphasizing the waistline is always great. If you're thinking, oh no, I don't really have much of a waistline, like what am I going to be emphasizing? Lots of things have exaggerated shoulders and exaggerated hips, so you will actually create that shape on yourself through the use of volume in different parts. And we see these going from really prestige ladylike Schiaparelli pieces to Diesel, much more of a street style brand that is also having this. Here's Versace again with those beautiful things. Even for men, there's some belted items. Also, another way is finding a peplum jackets or peplum blazers. That is another way you can create that emphasis and create more volume in the hips to create a smaller waistline. Givenchy suits. Okay, I am obsessed with everything that was on this show, and hopefully one day maybe I'll be able to afford something like that. But for now, I'll be just altering my existing oversized blazers from a thrift store, from a men's section. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. I also love these backwards blazers. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, I'm getting like all flushed up thinking about them. Isabel Marant here with the blazers with the belts, or as if they just took a really oversized blazer and then they just cinched it themselves. Yep. Anyways, you guys, these are the things that I would love to have for outerwear. Off-white here with more of a sportier version. You can see those little flaps on the hips. They add that little more volume and drama. And yes, I would. Yes, I would. And the tendency of the blazers is go into smaller, into tighter, into more fitted with the waistline, of course. And that is where we need to start looking. If you do love oversized blazers, keep on wearing them. But if you want to spread out into new categories, then I advise for you to look for something more fitted next time that you're shopping or thrifting. Or if you are handy, then just take in some of those. And I love when the lapels are different fabric with the satin. Oh my gosh. Also, finding blazers in fun colors would be great. Just pair it with something darker, with something brown maybe, that will take it into the fall winter territory. Also, cropped blazers, I love them too. Anyways, let's head into more accessorization, something that's much more simpler for us to invest in, to try out and see if we like. And we're talking about brooches. I am wearing an earring that's a brooch, and it's like hanging down like this, but then you can't see it, so I'm like holding it up with one finger. Anyways, we see so many amazing brooches on the shows. Miu Miu here with really large florals that are stunning. I really love them, and they're mixing the contemporary with the vintage. Really brilliant. Salmon Rocha of Vaquera of Tom Ford, pairing their outfits with more realistic brooch, probably made out of fabric. We also see Vivetta here with amazingly large brooches, which I love. As I mentioned, Nina Ricci, putting them on the headscarves of the models, really love it. Moschino, one of the ones that I've like, yes, I love this idea. The floral's amazing, yes, nothing too crazy. But they had the brooches that were the Polaroid pictures of other brooches. I was like, this is brilliant. I have a Polaroid printer. I'm gonna do this. And probably I will. I just need to find a really cool brooch to take a picture of. Tory Burch had several of the little pins, or like more of a needle that was holding their sleeves up. Really interesting. Isabel Marant had more of a fringy situation happening with their brooches, lots of them, sometimes paired several together. Sometimes they were used in the kind of helping to close the blazers. Sometimes they were on lapels. Sometimes there were somewhere else entirely, like almost the color of the garment. Even at the bottom of the blazer here, or having the collar pins as well, which I really like. But let's move on to the bracelets, and we're going massive. I'm only wearing one because whenever I talk, they start making noise. Like, do I talk with my hands? Yes, I do. So we see lots of shows having more larger statement cuffs, either on one hand or like in Balmain here, stacking both of the model's arms with similar bracelets together. I love this trend. It's not the most practical one, I do admit, but maybe wearing it on your non-dominant hand would be something that you could do. Like here, D Squared, they just had the one arm. Maybe you have an asymmetrical dress and you need to put a little bit more emphasis on the one arm to balance it out. Like here in a Valentino, Alaia, styling both of the hands in the same jewelry. Altuzarra here as well, having a little bit of similarity in all of their accessories. Valentino, Fendi was another really cool one. I really love their monogram on those bracelets. Would definitely go for that. Ferrari here as well. Givenchy with some really chunky crystals on there, and sometimes paired over the glove, which I love. Miu Miu here, love it. Yes, more of the stacking of almost like watch bracelets. Another trend for the accessories are the everyday objects. Right now we're seeing kind of little locks, little earrings with keys, but we also see in completely different manner. Okay, yes, Salmon Rocha here with the belts, with the chain and etc. Quite heavy, so maybe don't go venturing into actually getting locks and putting them on your ears, but we have like little pens, or like here in Coach we have screwdrivers, and here in Rock we have the upcycled silverware, like the spoons, like a little tray. And I love this so much. I definitely want to try something like this out, maybe even upcycle some silverware of mine that I only have one of. All right, next one up, the asymmetric trend for earrings. One of my favorite, once again. I really love the asymmetry, that it just creates more interest and people want to kind of look in your portrait zone when it comes to earrings. Maybe having the same set, but the length of it is different. Maybe having completely different earrings, but maybe go for the same metal, because then you need to carry that story somewhere else, maybe with a bracelet or a necklace that pulls it all together. I really love the cuffs on the earrings and just having maybe just one ear with the cuffs and the other not. But anyways, let's move on to the eyewear. Okay, I'm also a big fan of sunglasses, and these I don't have. These are kind of like really futuristic wraparounds. Those are the ones that I'm looking for. I want to look like a mono eye person, and like, it's so futuristic. I love it. Anyway, so I'm forward here with more of a sportier one. Another one is tinted. Yes, we already seen a lot of tinted glasses, but there were mostly like yellow tinted. Here on the runways, we see orange, we see green, we see like red, we see just the brown. Still love it, especially for fall winter. You don't want to completely block out the sun just because there isn't really a lot of it, but you do want to have a little bit of a filter, you know, to hide all of your morning imperfections or non-makeup days. For me, yes, thank you. We see them in a variety of styles, but my favorite would be the tinted lenses paired with a wireframe, something that's very light on your face, because we have seen a lot of the heavier frames with those, but going into that lighter version like here in off-white would definitely play out in your favor, just because they look a little bit more fresh, a little bit newer. So yes, blue ones here in Valentino, or going just for a nice oval one, something that's newer, that's not what we've seen already, you know what I mean? Yeah, and I love the stylization of pairing them with like balaclavas. It's so ridiculous, I love it. And people can still see your eyes. I just really like this trend for fall winter, especially. It can also be part of the color story of your outfit too, if you're into color, of course. We also see much larger sunglasses appearing on the runways. So think about, do you want a larger frame in those tinted, or do you like just the larger frame with the darker lenses? Lots and lots of inspiration from the runways, and I love it. I love it so much. All right, moving back to the clothing, and I want to talk about the modern lace. So we see lots of lacy garments, such as maybe like a little slip with lace detailing, or a nightgown inspired something with lace. I really the idea of it, and it's also a texture that you could wear in the fall winter. Yes, maybe some of these outfits look a little bit too light for it, but you can always have maybe a pair of pants underneath, or have it just as a layering piece with just that lace peeping out maybe from a sweater. I love these. Super cool. Gucci here with several really bright colorful ones. Just pairing it with maybe a brown coat on top would be perfect. Love also the lace skirts that are semi-transparent. Really cool styling. Of course, you can't really wear it everywhere, but if you have really covering tights and really great underwear, then I feel like you can, you know. We also see this in Fendi with the layering of something more sheer on the top and less sheer on the bottom. Roberta Cavalli with their velvets and the lace together. Oh my gosh, you have my heart and my wallet. All right, let's move on to just the lace garments themselves. Like Valentino here, the bottom layers, either like a full turtleneck of lace or the tights pairing together with that turtleneck and creating that almost like a second skin, and that you put something over top. I understand that just putting a bra on isn't for everybody, but having maybe a dress over top of that. I already styled something like that already. Oh, I'm so cool. Anyways, so we see this in Saint Laurent as well with more of their voluminous dresses, but you can tone it down. You can definitely tone it down. Stella McCartney here, having those pants in lace, love it, or little peekaboo lace cutouts, fantastic. Ellie Sapp here as well with those, and those sheer lace transparent skirts, love it. If you're worried about, showing too much, maybe have those little cutouts in the skirt instead of just the full thing. All right, next one up is styling pants with dresses or skirts. I love this because it creates such an amazing variety from the closet you can wear already. You already have the dresses and you already have the pants. Just put them together and you'll have an entirely new outfit. And it's more layering for fall winter. We love it. Maybe if you're like, oh no, I can't wear this dress because it's too short and now it's too cold, just put pants underneath. And variety of pants. Here in Diesel we have almost like leggings underneath it. Or you can go for more voluminous, like here in Gani, having the skirt serving a peplum design that creates a little bit more volume in the hips. I quite like it. It doesn't have to be all the same. It can be different, don't you worry, but it does need to work together, I guess. Jill Sanders here, Michael Kors here. See, that can be a totally separate skirt, or that could be a totally different, like separate dress, but they were styled together and it looks really cool. Definitely by far my favorite Y2K trend that was ever done. And Balmain with those really, really cool skirt pants. We already seen them before in the previous season. I just love it anyways. Or maybe the little dress thing that you weren't like, is this a dress or a top? Yes, it could be both. All right, the next one is the scarf dress garment. Here in Acne Studios, we have the pants and as well as dresses with one of the straps becoming a scarf. I love this trend. I feel like these are such really cool pieces that we really haven't seen before. Really, really fun things to try out. Maybe even like creating a top out of a scarf that we already own. Like tucking one of the ends inside of pants and then just have it wrap around. Maybe have some boob tape to tape it in the right places. But other than that, brilliant. We also see different stylizations of things, like Roberta Cavalli here with just the collar being a scarf, or more of an outerwear situation happening where either it's a part of the garment or it's an additional scarf in the same texture and color as the outerwear that we have, styled across the chest and covering the neck. Or like here in Burberry, again, not sure if the same garment or just the same textures, having the scarf and the outerwear paired together, the same colors, the same textures. Yes, Khaite here with a little bit more of an overlap thing. Tori, another stylization that I just really love is the sleeves, or just putting something over your shoulders, tying it, and just having the sleeves in weird things. So yes, I know that these are garments and they're made to be worn like this, but you can totally try something like this out for your stylization in your everyday life. Alright you guys, this completes the video. I hope you liked my personal selection of my favorite trends. If you didn't find something that you like, I'm sure you will if you check out my other videos for fall winter 2025-2026. We are entering it now, and I feel like right now is the time to watch those and understand what will be your plan for the upcoming season. If you watched it till the end, make sure to leave in the comments below an emoji of like fall winter. Maybe it's leaves, maybe it's a snowflake. That way I'll know that you watched till the end and that you were super cool. Another way you can support this channel is by liking this video if you're not already subscribing. If you watched till now, I'm sure you want to see more of this. Well, maybe not this, but more of the shows. And you can also share this video with somebody that has no idea what to wear this fall winter. like many of us. Big thank you to Just Courreges for sponsoring this video. Make sure to check out their link. It will be listed in the description below. If you want to see how I dress this fall and winter, make sure to check out my Instagram, where I try to share my daily outfits. This month, I am doing a full 30-day challenge where I show you daily outfits. It definitely puts a lot of pressure on me. Anyways, you guys, really appreciate you watching to the end. But other than that, I hope you have an amazing rest of the day. And yeah, stay classy. Bye.